we're going to be switching gears now to a very, very interesting and I think a wonderful conversation, especially for those that are fun seekers and are looking to go out this weekend, do something nice, do something brilliant. As you know, the sun continues to rise and is getting warmer and all warmer. There's a big community fun day at Homestead Park this upcoming weekend. And joining us now is the man with the plan and hopefully some great weather too, who's a part of organizing it. He's an integral member of his community, Suhail Ahmed. He's the secretary of the Homestead Park Community Forum. Suhail, assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much. Really appreciate you giving us your time.
Wa alaikum salam, Salelo. Thank you for hosting me and having me today.
No, the pleasure is all ours, and I'm looking forward to having a wonderful conversation to chat a bit more about Homestead Park, this wonderful community fun day that you guys are going to be having this weekend, and what it's all about. But for our listeners who might not know about the work that you guys do at Homestead Park, especially when it comes to the park in itself, and how you guys worked so hard, bugging the municipality, bugging the local councillors to make sure that it is protected and it's at a place where it is supposed to be, a place where events like the ones that you'll be hosting this weekend actually happen. Take us through that and the important work that you guys have done.
Thanks, Salelo. So, just to give you guys some context, Homestead Park is relatively a small community. We're about 150 households, about 500 to 600 people that stay in the suburb. And we stay between two suburbs. We stay between Mayfair. Homestead Park is actually located between Mayfair and the suburb of Langlaagte, right? And then obviously we've got that main Paulsworth, Albertina, Zulu Road as well, that basically that cuts off Homestead Park from Mayfair West, Crosby, and the other parts of Mayfair, right? So, I mean, relatively, we're quite a small suburb. So just to give you some context of what's happened in our suburb, around COVID time, obviously when we went into the hard lockdown, what we noticed was that people started moving into the community park and they started invading the community park and they started setting up shacks. So the efforts to try and remove these people from the community park is actually not something that just started yesterday. It's actually been going on for the last couple of years. I mean, obviously, we've been reaching out and escalating over the years. I mean, we know what's been happening in the city of Johannesburg, right? It's been a political merry-go-round. One time the TA is in power, then the ANC is in power. So all of that has obviously affected service delivery and traction of resolving these issues in the city, right? So in the last year, what really happened was a new executive committee was elected for the forum. And obviously, this new executive committee that came and that was elected decided that, you know what, we have a serious crisis on our hands with our community park. If we do not do anything, it's going to turn firstly into an informal settlement. Secondly, we had a serious issue where people were being attacked continuously in our area. So people who were walking past the park would often be attacked. People would be stabbed. Multiple women have been raped. In the last year, I think around about maybe 5, 6 women have been raped. I personally have seen a woman that was using the park, going through the park and walking through the back, trying to go to Amalgam. Her clothing was ripped off and she was raped in the park and attacked by the people that invaded the park. So first and foremost, it became an extremely unsafe place, right? And it just became complete anarchy and complete chaos. So what we decided was enough is enough. I mean, we can't continue like this. We have to restore law and order in our park. We have to get our park back. So you asked the question, what steps did we take, right? Basically, first and foremost, what we did was an entire year ago, we started a social media campaign. So we made use of Twitter, X, and we made use of TikTok, and highlighting the decay in the area, right? So daily we would share posts. So the community forum, basically, we shared close to 3,000 posts, highlighting, tagging various people, various entities, just to create social media hype of the issues happening in Homestead Park. We posted videos on TikTok of the decay and the crazy things happening in the park, and we sponsored and paid for actual ads so we can have greater reach on the TikTok. So the social media made a huge impact in sharing the message of what's actually happening in our community park. That was the first thing that we did.
Mm.
The second thing that we did was we tried to engage, obviously, with various stakeholders in the city that are supposed to be sorting out the park. So first and foremost, we tried to reach out to the city manager. At that point in time, when we initially tried, the city manager was obviously Floyd Brink. He was then removed as city manager, and there was obviously no city manager for some time. And then obviously there was an acting city manager. Right. We try to engage various political parties as well to try and help us. So a lot of credit must be given to Action SA. Action SA played a very big part in trying to help escalate our issues. Some of their members sit on the Section 79 Committee for Public Safety, Councillor Sarah Busler. We got the Action SA Johannesburg leadership such as Cello and Moloko Louise. They all came out to our park. They actually tried to help us engage with the recyclers who threatened, and these recyclers and land invaders threatened actually to kill and stab and attack the Action SA members that came out to help us. So second step that we did, we tried to engage with the city and basically political parties. And unfortunately, as we know, as I mentioned earlier, we had this political merry-go-round where nothing was happening. So as a final step, what we did was we reached out directly to Mayor Dara Morero, right?
Mm.
And to our surprise and to many surprise, Mayor Dara Morero instantly responded, right? He responded on social media through Twitter. He advised, I'm aware of the issue. He sent his executive team out, Sandile, they came, they done an assessment of the area, they came and seen the issue. The mayor and his team gave a commitment that they're going to sort the issue out and remove the people that have invaded the park. And the mayor kept his word. I'm very impressed with Mayor Dara Morero. I mean, a lot of credit must be given to him. It was his executive order and his executive decision to clear up Homestead Park. And that's why we have our park back today and the criminals have been removed from the area.
Mm. Mm. Um, how important was that for you guys to take responsibility? You know, often when it comes to communities, is the conversations will just start and end in the community WhatsApp group. They never leave the community WhatsApp group, and real, actual, tangible work is done. There's always a shifting of responsibility. People don't want to take accountability. We're just comfortable with blaming the government, blaming the municipality, when sometimes we don't even ask the right questions and go through the right channels to make sure that the things that we want to be fixed in our communities are ultimately fixed. How important is that initiative instead of just sitting and complaining?
You know what? Let me tell you, right? We would not have our park today if the executive committee, and again, there's a lot of stakeholders that put in a lot of effort, but again, I need to praise the executive committee of the forum. If the 5 executive members did not take responsibility for the park and do the efforts and put the effort in, we would not have our park back today. That's the reality of the situation. I mean, to your point, people are very quick to say, "Oh, I'll do this," and I mean, blaming and deflecting the blame to the government. If you're not going to take ownership of the task, and if you're not going to put in the effort and the time, then nothing's going to happen, right? So,
Mm.
just to give you context, I mean, I'm the secretary of the forum, right? It's no easy task. I mean, obviously, I've got a family responsibilities. We all have family responsibilities, day-to-day tasks. But I mean, obviously, we had to run a social media campaign, which entailed sending 3,000 posts out, right? We even reached out to embassies, knowing that the G20 summit is coming up. To give you context, right, we reached out to the French embassy and we asked them, can you send your political counselor out? They were actually
Mm.
excited and willing to come out to come and see what are we complaining about, right? We were willing to, we explored every single avenue. I mean, we
Mm.
reached out to provincial government, we reached out to so many different entities. And again, it wouldn't have been possible if you did not have a dedicated group of individuals that took responsibility and said, guys, this is what we are going to do. So again, I encourage communities around South Africa. I mean, different communities in suburbs have a set, create a community forum and have a set executive committee that are going to take the tasks upon themselves and see to the end, because that's actually what we've done. Right, we had a set group of members that took responsibility and basically continued with the task from start to end, and that's why we are in this position where we are today.
Mm. Mm. Let's talk about what's going to be happening this weekend. For me, it almost feels like a celebration, a commemoration of you guys reclaiming the park back, and essentially having it be a space that can host this kind of events where families can come out, kids can come out, and it's a family friendly, safe environment for the community to thrive and to live. I'm sure you're excited. Give us a bit more context. What's going to be happening?
So before I do that, so just to give you some context, the
Yeah.
community park that we have is massive. It's huge, right? So this is actually not our first fun day. This is the third annual fun day that we'll be having, right? So the previous two fun days, we had it in on the part of the Homestead Park Community Park that's not invaded. So thankfully, this time, I mean, the community has actually come together as well, and they funded the closure of the park. So this is the first time that we're going to have the fun day in the community park without land invaders and squatters and recyclers. And basically, we're going to be in a secure environment where the park is actually closed off. I mean, and it's actually a safe area for children to play, safe area for people to walk around in the park while the fun day is going on. So yeah, to your point, we are really excited. We're hoping that we have good weather. It's going to be an opportunity for us to showcase to the community and to all surrounding communities and everybody that joins what's actually happening in Homestead Park, right? That we have our community park back, and that when we're moving on to phase two, we're hoping to develop the park and turn it into an amazing flagship park in the Region F Greater Johannesburg area. That's the ultimate plan.
Mm. No, most definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the details. What's going to be happening? People that are from other, communities that want to be a
Yeah.
part of this. People that are in Homestead Park. How do they be a part of this? What's going to be happening? Just give us insight on the
So
activities.
so we have about 60 plus confirmed vendors that will be joining the on Sunday. The festivities run from 10 o'clock to like about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, there's going to be obviously delicious food and all different types of vendors that are selling their different meals and foods. Obviously, all different types of vendors. We have people selling abayas and scarves and all different commodities and things. So, I mean, first and foremost, that's the first thing that's going to be happening. We have all the vendors coming through. Secondly, we have a fun walk. So before we used to have the fun walk normally on the streets, within Homestead Park. As you know, Homestead Park is a boom of area, so we used to have it within the street because the park was not a safe area to walk in. Now that we've taken the park back fully, as I mentioned previously, our intention is to have the fun walk in the actual community park. The
Mm.
fun walk is around about, I think it's starting at 9 o'clock, right? So we hope we'll start off obviously at the entrance to the community park, and the community fun walk is going to be taken in the park. We've also invited some many key stakeholders. We've invited the mayor and his team. We've invited Mayor Dara Morero. We've invited some of our Action SA members that try to help us in the park. We've invited some political members, and like I'm saying, high government officials that have had a very big impact in helping us. Dr. Snooky Zikilala from the bomb squad, he's played a critical role in helping us get our park back. We've invited him. So yeah, some major people will be coming through, and yeah, hopefully they'll partake in our festivities and help us, and we'll enjoy the day together.
No, most definitely. And Salam Media will also be there. And we're going to be
Yeah.
capturing every moment of this family fun day and hope to see you, Suhail. Kudos to the wonderful work that you guys are doing. I think you guys are a perfect example of communities coming together and saying, you know what, we're going to hold municipalities and government accountable. These are our spaces. We need to protect them. We need to take care of them. We are the first ones who should be responding instead of just sitting, complaining on the community WhatsApp group and nothing comes out of it. So I think a lot of communities can learn from the work that you guys have put out. And yeah, again, looking forward to seeing you guys this weekend.
Thank you. And then obviously just a final comment also.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it earlier, but a special thanks also needs to go to our councillor Ricky Nair.
Mm,
He's played an immense role in trying to escalate the issues. But as mentioned, unfortunately, we've had this political merry-go-round, and he hasn't really gotten the help he needed from the city. But he's played a major role, and without his assistance, right? I mean, our park would still be nowhere.
mm.
So again, thanks to Salam Media, thanks to everyone for hosting me, and thanks to all the various entities and government officials that have come to the party to help us get our park back.
There you go. Suhail Ahmed, Secretary of the Homestead Park Community Forum. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for giving us
Wa
your time.
alaikum salam.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll be there on Sunday, the 9th. So this upcoming Sunday is going to be a wonderful day out at Homestead Park. We're going to be putting up that poster just so you can get a bit more insight, check the details. It's going to be a really cool family fun day. Sunday, 9th of November, 2025, 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. That's the fun walk. But the fun day in itself is going to be starting at 10 until 5 p.m. So as you heard, it's going to be vendors, going to be food. It's just going to be a nice, beautiful, family filled, fun day. The sun is slowly coming out. Hopefully, we won't get rain. I'm sure all the rain is finished for the week. So, Salami is going to be there with the official media partners of Homestead Park Family Fun Day. And you can keep it locked to our platform if you can't make it, unfortunately. You can check out all the incredible moments that we'll be capturing from that Family Fun Day right here on your home of humanitarian journalism. Going to take a quick break. News and views will be back after this.